This segment is sponsored by QC Kinetics. Don't bend the knee to pain. Go to the experts at QC Kinetics to help. Here with more is Tyler Vale. How are you, sir?
Doing well. How are you?
A pleasure to see you. Yes, doing well. Let's talk about some of the key areas of the body that suffer most from what is called osteoarthritis.
Osteoarthritis is definitely the most common thing that we see walk through our doors, and I would say knee most commonly, but it can be anything from shoulder to elbow to I get a lot of thumbs and toes, things that people wouldn't necessarily think about of having an osteoarthritic joint. But bone-on-bone knee arthritis is what we see walk through our doors most often.
Define what that is.
Yeah.
Osteoarthritis.
So
arthritis.
OA, osteoarthritis,
Yeah.
is a breakdown in cartilage, right? So your body does two things from the time you're born until you die. You build cartilage and you break it down, and at some point there's the teeter-totter switches,
Okay.
and you break it down a little quicker than you build it. So that's where you start to see the symptoms and the pain associated with osteoarthritis, and that's where you go in and they say, you're in line for a knee replacement someday.
Yeah, you got some restrictions that are involved when someone develops this, and they start sometimes if osteoarthritis starts developing in, say, the right knee, they start favoring that, and so you have muscles that are starting to weaken in the right knee and develop even more in the left knee, and you start kind of hobbling. Is that kind of one of the cases?
You said it. Our body's one big unit, so we like to say we're a holistic medicine practice, so we treat the whole body. And when you address the right knee, if that's the one that's primarily in pain, a lot of times you're going to overcompensate and the left will feel it. There's different forms of arthritis, and you can have primary or secondary. Not to get too in detail with that, but usually it's going to affect more than just one joint.
What are some of the treatments involved?
So you can go do anything from steroids at other clinics where you treat a symptom, or gel injections, hyaluronic acid, pain meds, NSAIDs. We try to stay away from those. My background was orthopedic surgery for a long time, and I think I gave those like candy, but they're toxic to you. They're not good for you.
That's just kind of putting a Band-Aid on the problem and not actually treating the problem,
Yeah,
right?
and it's a toxic Band-Aid at that.
Yeah,
So
okay.
you're right. So what we want to do is put something in there that has the ability to address the underlying issue and try to keep you out of a replacement for that condition, and regrow damaged tissue that's happened over time.
Speaking of replacing the damaged tissue that's there, are you seeing some good success from this?
Oh, tremendous.
You wouldn't be here, I'm sure, if you hadn't
No,
seen a lot of
you said it.
Yeah.
One of my favorite stories, and she's given me the liberty to talk about her, is a local here, and she's Koki is what she goes by. She was training to climb a mountain and had some pretty bad knee injuries, and long story short, she was able to climb it, ascending and descending. She was the only female to do it, and she had a blast. She came back crying. She was so happy.
Because a lot of times when a patient like Cookie has got that problem, she's wanting to do it. Her mind is still wanting to go and do this climb and achieve this goal.
Sure.
But her body's saying, oh, I don't think so. You can take your mind up there, but I'm not going.
All we want to do is get the body to match the mind.
Yeah.
If your goal is to travel and climb a mountain, we want it. If your goal is to sleep better without pain, not wake up and play with your grandkids, we want that too.
Let's talk about some of the, and Cookie is not a 90-year-old lady, is she?
No, she's younger on my patient scale. She's in her 40s,
Okay.
and they range anywhere from 20s to 90s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And sometimes when somebody gets into an accident later on in life, the osteoarthritis comes in a lot sooner than it would be normally, right?
It does, yeah, and that's secondary. It's arthritis. It's secondary to something else, whereas primary is hereditary. It comes from your parents. You can thank them.
We're going to have a number at the bottom of the screen where people can get a hold of you. Let's walk through the steps quickly. I give you a call. What happens then?
Pretty easy. We have a dedicated staff that takes phone calls all the time. They'll ask you a few questions, get you on the schedule to meet with me. We'll go through a 30, 45-minute consult where we'll sit down. That's complimentary. We don't charge for that. Once we go through everything, we'll put together a treatment plan for the individual patient, and then given that you want to move forward, we'll move forward with care.
And a lot of the new patients that you're getting now are from referrals of existing patients that are saying, hey, you got to go see these people. They really know what they're doing.
I always tell them that's the biggest form of flattery when you send someone else to come see us. If you've trusted us and then you want to tell someone else to trust their body with us, that's something we love and take very seriously.
Fantastic. Tyler Vale, thank you so much for being here with us today.
Thank you.
Make sure you get a hold of these people, QC Kinetics. We've got more Low Country Live coming up in just a moment.